Hi, good morning everyone. I'm JP Thong. I'm now at Kechara Forest Retreat, Malaysia, and today is day 46 of Mindful Morning Meditation. How is everyone doing today? As we're waiting for everyone, let's do a little bit of stretching. I hope all of you had a good rest last night. As we stretch, remember to take deep breaths and exhale all the way. Okay, as we stretch, we feel more relaxed. Okay, let's see who's here. Hi, morning, Kotlan, Lai Heng, Frank, good morning, Emily, Wubi, hi, Yiman, Pasahani, Karin, good morning. Okay, as we're waiting for more people to tune in, do continue to stretch and get ready for the 9-round breathing meditation. Okay, stretch a little bit more. Remember to breathe slowly as you're stretching. I have a bit of a stiff neck today because I didn't sleep too well last night. Excuse me. I was dreaming all night until this morning. Hi Christina, good morning. Hi Cassandra. Hi Sharon. Hi Milin. May Lim, L-I-M, hello. Okay, so I think we shall start with the 9-round breathing meditation. Again, if you're sitting on a floor, always remember to sit on a cushion that is firm and not too soft. Sit at the edge of the cushion, and if you're sitting on a chair or sofa, again, sit on the edge. All right, so let's do the 9-round breathing meditation. Left palm up, thumb down, wrap your thumb, put your left fist under your right armpit, right hand on your left nostril, and breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in again. And breathe out. Change hands. Right palm out, thumb down, wrap your thumb, put your fist under your left armpit, left hand on your right nostril, and breathe in slowly. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in again. And breathe out. Both hands on your thighs. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in again. And breathe out. Okay, we are done. Let's see who else is here. Hi Wei Ting, hi Nancy, Dr. Hang, Glenn. So for those of you who just tuned in, again, we just finished the 9-round breathing meditation. And today I will continue talking about love as an offering, because as you all know, love is a huge topic. So for those of you who missed yesterday's talk on love as an offering part 2, do watch it. All right, so we'll go in depth every topic so that you have a much better understanding of how our mind works, and with more clarity we will be able to embrace ourselves, and from there we will know what steps to take to move forward. And that's very important. Yeah, embracing ourselves and move forward. All right, so we will talk about that afterwards, and I'll answer some of your questions that you have posted to me. All right, so let's get ready. We will do the singing bowl. So again, if you've just tuned in today and not yesterday, you will notice that the singing bowl is different because the sound is very different. The one that I was using for the last 2 weeks have been sold because somebody was listening to the singing bowl and called up our retail department and asked me to play the singing bowl for them. I think they were looking for a specific tone, because this person is collecting singing bowls, so he was looking for a specific tone. So I played it and I recorded it, and it was one of the tones that they were looking for. Okay, so every singing bowl has a different tone. So this one has a different one as well. All right, so just in case you notice it sounds different. Okay, so this is all hand beaten with 7 metals. Okay, so let's get started, and again, rock forward and backwards. Make sure you find your center. Chin down, relax. I will walk you through the breathing so that you feel totally relaxed. Then after that, we will focus on the sound, and we'll do this for 15 minutes. Okay, so let's get started. Ready? Let's go. 3, 2, 1. Breathe in. Breathe out. Take your time and breathe out all the way. Breathe in. And breathe out. Breathe in the white healing light. Feel your entire body in this white healing light. And as you breathe out all your stress, anxiety, worries, irritation, boredom. Breathe it all out and visualize dark smoke. Every time you breathe in, bring in all the oxygen, love, kindness, and compassion, and fill every single cell of your body in this healing white light. And every time you breathe out all the negativities. Relax your shoulders. Visualize yourself glowing in this white light. You feel very light, very calm, and very relaxed. I shall play the singing bowl now. Focus on the sound. Focus on the sound. Let the vibration of the sound travel from the top of your head, coming all the way down to your lower limbs. Let the vibration travel from the top of your head and let it travel all the way down to your feet. The sound represents love, kindness, and compassion. Let the vibrations of love, kindness, and compassion fill your body. And allow all your negativities come out. Watch your thoughts, watch your emotions. Bring your focus back to the sound. Let the vibration travel from the top of your head all the way down to your feet. Watch the sound, focus on the sound, and let the vibration travel from the top of your head all the way down to your feet. Relax, focus on the sound. Watch your thoughts, watch your emotions. Bring your focus back on the sound. And 3, 2, 1. And we're done. So how was it for everyone today? Do share with me, write in your comments, and share with me about your experience for today's sound bathing meditation, and also share with me your gratitude. You'll also see that that there is a message that if you'd like to sponsor future episodes of this program, you can click on this link there, because we are a non-profit organization. So in order to sustain these programs, we actually would appreciate certain sponsorship so that we can keep this going. Yeah. So for today's program, it is sponsored by our Yiman. So thank you very much, Yiman, for sponsoring for today's program. If any one of you out there who would like to sponsor this program, you can. It's up to you how much you like to sponsor, okay? And then you can sponsor for future programs as well. So thank you very much, Yiman, for your generosity. So as you're writing your comments, I will read out my gratitude that I wrote yesterday. Okay, so yesterday I wrote, I'm grateful for the various conference call apps available. Number 2, I'm grateful for the pictures of my colleagues and I taken many years ago in Kechara, because I think they were going through archives and there were a lot of pictures that were taken of certain events that I totally forgot about. So it was nice to look at them after all these years. And number 3, I'm grateful for everyone who's been participating and sharing with me your experiences of this program. So I'm very, very grateful for that. Okay. Let me see what you have written. Hi Jacinta, morning. Sharon, today was deeply relaxing, felt calming, peaceful, and light. Okay, great. Hi Jerry, good morning. Hello, morning. Okay, anyone else have anything to share? Well, you can continue writing. So as you're writing, I will answer Sharon's question. Sharon had a question for me, and it says, where is it? Can someone carry another person's emotional baggage? Can someone carry another person's emotional baggage? You cannot, quote unquote, carry another person's emotional baggage, but you can empathize perhaps with another person's emotional baggage. And if you can't, and perhaps you feel the emotional burden, perhaps, because of your empathy, and it becomes, quote unquote, a burden because you may not have the knowledge and the practice. You have not gone through the practice. You don't have the knowledge and you haven't practiced it yourself to be able to guide your loved one to overcome whatever issues that they may have at hand that is causing that emotional baggage. Because every time when we KIV a certain reaction, a negative reaction, or we suppress it, or we just let it fester and we just let it rerun in our mind every once in a while, it will eat into us because we do not have the know-how to actually overcome it. So if you empathize that of your loved one or your friend, and you're worried, yes, you may feel that worry, that emotional baggage. You may feel it, but it is not you. But it's not your emotional baggage to carry. So, and you cannot. And just because you are quote unquote empathizing and carrying that emotion, it doesn't mean that half the load is off of the other person's shoulders. It doesn't mean like that. Yeah. So to answer you, no, you do not carry your another person's emotional baggage, but you can be there to kind of ease the suffering a little bit. Perhaps the person finds it a bit, feels a bit better, that he or she can share with you whatever it is that they're going through, and they can verbalize it. Because when we verbalize it, in a way, we also unload that negativity. Yeah, the person may not have the solution, you may not have the solution, but just because they are talking about it, sometimes it does help. But there are other times whereby the person keeps talking about it again and again and again and again and again, and doesn't seem to want to do anything about it, but they just keep rerunning and keep just talking about it like a broken record. Now that is not healthy. It's not healthy because there's so much you can rerun. Because after a while, it will definitely affect the person's psyche. Definitely, it will. Okay. So now that you are more aware, perhaps, there are many ways to kind of calm the mind, so that the mind doesn't focus on the negativity. That's why having the gratitude journal is actually extremely effective, because that will train our mind to focus on more positive things that we're so blessed with. So instead of spending the energy to keep rerunning what has happened to us and how we chose to react negatively, the key here is we chose to react negatively, and then we just keep rerunning it with the conversation of how it's unfair, how you feel so hurt, and so on and so forth. Whatever the conversations may be, we put that focus on something else, which is your gratitude. What are you grateful about? What are you grateful about? So when we do that, and we train the mind to look at more positive things that we are just surrounded with, with this new training, our mind will eventually stop doing a rerun of our negative reaction, and that helps. Then with the new knowledge that I'm sharing with you, or when you're reading certain self-help books or whatever wisdom quotes, or even with a friend whom you heard and go, oh yeah, that makes sense, and then you apply that new knowledge to your past emotional baggage, immediately you let go because you have awakened. Okay? So it is a process. So if our intentions are such that from today onwards, we raise our mindfulness, our awareness, and instead of always KIV the past, to really embrace it, revisit it, embrace it, and learn to let that go, that reaction go. Whatever has happened is beyond our control, but we always have control of our reaction. All right, so I'll come back to part 3 of Love as an Offering after I have read your questions and your comments. Let me see. Cindy, I'm grateful that today I managed to let the vibrations travel around my whole body. Felt the ache and blockages all over, but the end, the aches and blockages are lesser. Okay, that's great. Thank you. Christina, today seemed longer. Was it my imagination? No, it was not your imagination. It went past, I think, 4 minutes. It went past 4 minutes. Yeah, because my producer at the other end of the camera did not tell me that time is up. So when I looked down at my watch, I realized its time is up, right? So anyway, so was that okay for you, Christina? You're very sharp, Christina. Lai Heng, notice that it was easier to let the sound penetrate the body on the in-breath and more difficult on the out-breath. Why is that? I wonder why, Lai Heng. It's more difficult for you to breathe out? What do you mean by it's more difficult? Are you hyperventilating or you feel a bit of anxiety perhaps? Do share more, yeah, Lai Heng. Kok Nguyen, therapeutic, better than yesterday. Notice that the notes from the bowl was slightly different compared to yesterday. Perhaps you played the bowl differently. Yes, today I was trying to hit the bowl from different, on different parts because they, it produces a different sound from different parts of the bowl. Christina, it was a great feeling, the vibration on my body. Wait till this this CMCU is over and we are open for programs. Wait till you come here and I play this bowl in front of you. It's more impactful because when I'm holding it and when I'm hitting it, I can feel, because it's right in front of my heart chakra, and it immediately creates a very relaxing vibration, and the entire body is just resonating in this vibration. It is really, really amazing. So when I have the de-stress program or some sort of a de-stress program, which I'll be announcing once the lockdown is over, then perhaps you guys can come over and experience it in person. It'll be even more powerful. Okay, so Wubi says, felt calm despite the stress from a sudden power trip just before the meditation. Okay, Yiman, slightly more thoughts today, but managed to focus back on the sound. At one point felt some aches on the head and shoulder, but after visualizing the sound traveling to the aching areas, the pain disappears. Yes, it does. It does help, definitely. We'll be grateful that I had a chance to have lunch at Kechara Oasis yesterday and enjoyed the very nice vegetarian food. Oh, thank you very much, Wubi, for supporting our vegetarian restaurant. Thank you. And we do have deliveries as well. Okay. I'm grateful for the following. Iman, to have suitable scalp treatment, hair shampoo, and conditioner made from natural ingredients. Pastor Niral's sharing in yesterday's Spiritual Saturday book club on his eminence, the 25th Sam Rinpoche's book, Gurus for Higher Enlightenment for Sale. Oh yes, this book, Gurus for Higher Enlightenment for Sale, is a very powerful book. It was written after Rinpoche gave a talk for 3 days, 3 nights, and that was when I first joined Kechara. I had to take leave from work to attend this 3 full day talk, but it was very, very good. Yeah. Number 3, this progressive mindful morning meditation by JP that continuously challenged me to train my mind to be more flexible. That is from breathing meditation to Tibetan singing bowl and now a different type of singing bowl. Yes, we tend to be very fixated with a certain routine, and it's good to be flexible. It's very, very good to train our mind to be open, to be flexible, and just dance with the just dance with the flow. Just go with the flow. Yeah. When we train our mind to be more flexible and more malleable, you will notice that you suffer less, suffering less stress, less worry, less anxiety, less of that, and you feel very, very at peace. Yeah. Because remember what I said, we cannot control external factors. It's the law of nature. We cannot control people. We cannot control animals. We cannot control spirits, whatever it is, external. And these are all part of nature. So the law of nature is very, very chaotic. Yeah. And so we just go with the flow. So go with the flow, have a clear intention. Just because you're traveling, You're on this river, okay? Visualize you're on this river and it's going downstream. Embrace it. With the new knowledge and the technique, if you're tired of going through, of being washed around by the river, you can actually stand up and just either walk your way to the riverbank or just swim to the riverbank. You see, so with knowledge and practice, you have a choice. Your choices become more apparent, and you will always notice that there are solutions to whatever it is. Okay, and that's the beauty of knowledge. And it's also the beauty of meditation. Because why? You need that strength and the resilience and the focus to be able to go, okay, can I stand up in this river? Or if it's too deep, can I swim? And let's focus on that, and I'm going to get on the riverbank because I want a break from this river. Okay, so that is what happens. All right. So Lai Heng, grateful for rolled oats, patience, and ability to sleep soundly. Wonderful. Kok Luan, gratitude able to support Kechara Oasis through their ordering platform. Thank you, Kok Luan. Wei Ting, a bit more thoughts today, but soothing when focused on the sound going through the body, especially on the aching parts. Dr. Hang, today's session is very peace. Enjoy so much. Grateful to get my road tax renewed successfully after due for 1 month. Grateful can plan for a haircut soon on June the 10th. Hope everyone for the procedure. Grateful, tomorrow is another replacement holiday for Agong's birthday. Yes, tomorrow is a public holiday. Waiting, grateful for a friend's help or for online purchase. Grateful for food, excuse me, for on table. Grateful for the morning meditation session. Korean, in the beginning, emotional scenes on the passing of my father 2 years ago flashed through my mind. Managed to calm down and focus back. It was peaceful after that till the end. Grateful for a nice takeaway of vegetarian lunch from Kechara Oasis with my mom. Thank you, Corinne, for your support. Yes, you see, past emotions that you have put behind you or shelved, where it's unresolved, will can sometimes surface when you're very, very calm. So you will get bouts of emotions coming up, surfacing, even memories from the past. These are which we call thoughts. Okay, that's why I say watch your thoughts, watch your emotions. Now bring your focus back on the sound. Okay, and more thoughts will come out, more emotions will arise. Again, focus on the sound. When we do this more, and if you actually do this every day by yourself, be it meditate focusing on the sound or focusing on the breath around the nostril area, you will heal. You will heal a lot faster. Because all this pent up or all this negative energy that has been suppressed in our system, when you allow it to arise and just watch it without analyzing it, without giving it more energy that it deserves, just let it out and focus on the breath or the sound. You will feel yourself a lot lighter, and you will feel that you're less, that you cry less when certain things usually would trigger it. You will feel more calm and more stable. Yeah. In a way, you're less of a. You cry less. What's the word? You don't cry as easy when certain things trigger it. You don't cry as easily. All right? So that happens. Okay? Yiman asks, JP, since you mentioned just now that you had a lot of dreams in your sleep last night, perhaps on another day, can you tell whether there is a correlation between our dreams, especially reoccurring dreams, and our mind and emotions? I had a lot of dreams in my sleep. Well, I think it's because I was very heaty. I was drinking some herbal drink, I think, because I have a sore in my mouth. I think so. As soon as I closed my eyes last night, I didn't stop dreaming until this morning. And I was actually woken up because I was tired of my dreams. So I woke up and I looked at the time and I said, okay, it's time to wake up. So I just got up. Yeah, so it's just one of those days. But of course, when you talk about dreams, there are different things that happen because your dreams, sometimes you can be astral traveling, okay? There are times you can be astral traveling and there are signs that show you that you're astral traveling. And sometimes when your dreams, you can have loved ones who have passed away or people in the past who passed away who actually come into your dream to visit you. You can have that. That I will talk about during my paranormal program. Yeah, because I don't want to freak people out in this meditation program. All right? So I can talk about that next week during the paranormal program. Okay, Ewan? Christina, gratitude, grateful. Hair salon is reopening this week. Grateful for my mask. Grateful for ingredients. Coquelin, wife shared with me this morning that some Malaysians are carrying extra emotional baggage in the sense that they express increased hatred toward the refugee community. It is indeed sad and creating divisiveness in our society. Well, the extra emotional baggage, that must be a lot of, perhaps because a lot of people are focusing on the fears that they have. Yeah, the fear of being affected by COVID-19 because they may associate these infections, new infections, by the refugees. It's not the fault. It's just certain situations and conditions. So again, if we keep choosing to focus on fears, all this nastiness will arise. All this nastiness. I mean, look at what's happening in the United States right now, right? How the certain parts of the community are focusing on racism and arising from ignorance. Just because one person does this, just because one person robs you or does anything nasty, it doesn't mean that the entire race or culture or whatever it is, or gender, have that same behavior. It doesn't mean that. So that is all arising from fear. From fear, again, if you go even further, if you even go deeper, it's all because of ignorance, because people don't know better. They don't know better. They themselves are suffering. They themselves are not happy. So so these again are ways to lash out their unhappiness on others. Hence racism, hence putting other genders down, hence not acceptance of everyone's differences. Whatever it is that people like to point fingers and judge is because they themselves are not happy about something. So, and that's the way, and because that is their comfort zone, so everything about them, it's about making others suffer because they themselves are suffering. That's their comfort zone. That is why the nastier the person, the more I empathize, because I can feel how much more they are hurting inside of them. And that's why they can't help it but to be nasty to other people. It motivates me to be nicer instead of lashing out and be like them. I take a step back and there's nothing to react about. Nothing to react. And perhaps when they calm down, and when there is a chance, then perhaps I can talk to them in a way that will inspire them to look at what it is that they're hurting and perhaps shed some light so that they can heal themselves. And from there, when they become healed or in the process of healing, they will start to realize that their actions and their speech are very hurtful to others. Very, very hurtful. Well, some people maybe may want to hurt others intentionally. Again, why is that? It's because that is the way for them to lash out their unhappiness. Yeah, so that's what I meditate on when people are very, very nasty to me. Yeah? Melissa, I've learned to let go, but what if my partner is constantly doing the same thing over and over again? Well, perhaps you can talk to your partner. Yeah, have an open conversation. Talk to them. Talk to them how it's hurting you or how it is making it very difficult for you, and see what the person can do. Yeah, open communication is very, very important in a relationship. Whether or not the person puts in the effort to do it, to change, I think that takes time. The person may say, okay, I will change. Well, give the person time. Give the person time. And I don't know what it is that the person is doing to you, Melissa, but if it is physically, I hope it's not physically abusive or verbally abusive, because that is a different level already. Okay, that's a different level, which these are called toxic relationships, which you will need professional help for that. But if it's just things that irritate you, talk openly. Just talk openly. If the person really loves you, then they would actually put in the effort to do something about it. Yeah, because if it really, really bothers you, yeah, but within reason, you see, it's within reason. So I can't say much because I don't know what it is, Melissa. All right, but again, it's within reason. Lahing just said the sound penetration seems deeper when I breathe in. No anxiety, don't worry. Okay. Sharon, thank you, JP. It makes sense about feeling empathy for the person unburdening, ranting. You also make me realize how our friend's continuous unburdening in the past was actually not helping her or me. I used to feel drained after talking to her. Yes, there are people who just want to talk about it, about the same problem for years, and for some people for decades. I have friends since school days. They just incessantly, she just talks, she's just worried about something. She's always happy. She's always unhappy about something and just worried about something. And when there's nothing to worry about, she's worried that there's nothing to worry about. Yes, since uni days. So every time when I meet up with her, I will ask her, so what are you worried about now? What's your latest thing? just to tease her, so she knows, and she'll give me that look. And they do it because, many reasons. For her, it's because she wants the attention. She wants you to go, oh, poor thing. She wants you to kind of mentor her and all that. So it is a mind game. It is a way to seek attention and to make them feel that, that they are special, that you love them. It is what they like to experience. Okay, and whatever that you tell them or you share with them how to change, you see, because their intention is not about resolving the issues. They know how to resolve the issues. It's just that they want your attention. So that's for her. It doesn't mean that it applies to your friends. So you gotta kind of look at their psychology and see what it is. But whatever it is, it's not healthy. Whatever the reasons are, it's not healthy for them mentally. It's not. All right? So, again, I'm not judging, but I'm just letting you know what's more beneficial. All right? So, will you be teaching how to play the singing bowl? There's no specific way to play it. I can show you in person. There's no specific way. Yeah? I mean, of course, certain people will find it difficult to do this. All right. Let me see. Some people are so nasty, Christina says, but they can still get away with it and still looking like an angel, but uses Buddhism to preach. What kind of human is this? Well, it's a person who is very hypocritical. Very, very hypocritical. If the person doesn't walk the talk, whether they use Buddhism, Christianity, Oprah's wisdom quotes, whatever it is, we have to walk the talk. And when we walk the talk, it becomes more inspiring for others. And a lot of times we don't have to preach. And when people around us look at our actions and the way we carry ourselves and the content of our words, they will realize, they will come to realizations of how it is better to focus on whatever it is that we're focusing, and that is to be more positive, to not be in denial, to be open, to be mindful of what's at hand, okay? To be mindful, to embrace what's at hand, to embrace all the positive and negative qualities that we have, and to constantly move forward, constantly looking for solutions to move forward. And I think that's very important. And that makes us authentic and vulnerable, and that is the most powerful. When we are authentic and when we are vulnerable, that is the most powerful. Because why? Because we're focusing on love, meaning we're focusing on creation. That's the most powerful. Every time when we do something and it doesn't work out, that is just feedback that the choice didn't work out for that point of time and for that situation. Then we make more choices, we make new choices, and from the new choices, we keep going because our focus is on whatever goal it is that you have set yourself, and we keep going. And it's okay that the choices that we make didn't work out. It's fine. Like I said, I don't call it a failure, but I call it feedback that, okay, this doesn't work, let's try something else. And keep going at it until we succeed. You see, that's when we're most vulnerable, and that's when we're most authentic. So instead of hiding behind the choices we make that didn't work, we embrace it and we move on. And that's how everybody succeeds. That's how world leaders succeed, and that's why they inspire us. It's how fast we bounce up and we keep going at it. So same thing. Okay? So exactly what you said, Christina. It's always easier to talk, but it is more difficult when we actually walk the talk. But the effort that we put in is definitely worth it, because you become more at peace with yourself, you find more happiness, and you feel there's more purpose in your life. And you will inspire your loved ones around you to be like that. Especially if you have children, you will inspire them to be resilient. You inspire them with all this positivity that will equip them with the kind of qualities that the child needs as she or he grows up. Because again, the law of nature is such that it is very unpredictable, it is full of chaos, and it is very disappointing because it is unpredictable. Okay? Disappointment is when we always project an expectation that certain situations should be like this, people should be like this. When we realize that it's just it's actually us being unrealistic. When we stop that projection of our expectations, we suffer less. And we get to embrace, we get to experience nature as is. We get to experience nature as is. The truth of nature. Okay? And that is very, very important. Okay, so I think that's about it. I've already passed the 1 hour. Unfortunately, I'm not able to talk about Love as an Offering Part 3. But I'll talk about it next Saturday, okay? Because what I want to say is embody non-attachment and non-fear. When we embody non-attachment, non-fear, that is the greatest gift of love we can give to others. All right? I'll talk about that next Saturday. So do tune in, okay? And if you, for whatever reason, you can't tune in, you can always watch it again. All right? So if you like our programs here, be it the Mindful Morning Meditation, my paranormal tales, and the other programs that we are offering online in Kechara, do make a contribution because it will help us financially to sustain all these programs. All right, so have a great Sunday, and I will see you next weekend. Take care.